Come on, Steve. Can't we go look at Canoga Park?
Oh, Steve.
All right, hold on. Here we go. We're going to
right,
introduce
hold
Dr.
on.
Jedly in a second. You can follow him on Instagram on just Dr. Jedly, YouTube at Dr. Jedly.
Canoga Park. Come on down and stay for a while. Community. Neighbors always lend a hand. Help me.
The man behind that voice is the only one and only Dr. Jedly. Jed, welcome. We're still cracking up.
We're still cracking up because, I live out there, and it's like, if you don't like it, just change the name to West Hills or whatever that
and
line
then
is.
we know the images. We know the images that accompany that song.
Oh, yes. It's only gotten worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, gosh, thanks for having me. And you're right, it has gotten worse. Even since the last time I spoke to you, last month?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, and it's funny you said, don't clean it up, give it a new name. That was one of the lyrics.
Yes, that's it. Don't clean it up, give it a new name. West Hills.
And I live in one of those cities, Winnetka, which was renamed from Canoga Park when they didn't want to be called Canoga Park anymore. They just give it a new name, Winnetka. So, anyways, I got a little story for you the other day in beautiful Winnetka, a.k.a. Canoga Park. We have this, this transient issue. It's so sad, and there's so
what?
many
You have a transient?
issues.
Wait, slow down. You have a transient issue in Canoga Park? What?
I know. You wouldn't believe it. But believe it or not, it's a growing issue.
In modern America, in California, this utopia, we've got
Tell us about this transient issue.
Well, certainly they must be in the motels or something nearby, right?
No, they're actually somewhere else. So the other day, my wife was getting up for work, and we both are early risers. We're working people, and so she goes out to her car to leave for work, which is parked on our driveway, and she comes running back in within a minute, screaming and crying because she tells me there's this transient in her car, and just a scary looking dude. And I'm kind of freaked out myself, and I'm not an aggressive guy. I never get into fights. I'm not violent. I don't even own a gun. And I'm just worried, like, I got to get this guy out of here. He's like waiting in my wife's car.
Yeah.
And I want to go out there and tell him to leave, and I don't have any kind of weapons or anything.
Give me a little more detail. Was he like sitting in the back and she got in the driver's seat and he raced like zombie in the back seat?
So I guess he was like in the front seat, like reclined, kind of hiding. And so I grabbed the kid's growth chart. If you guys know what a growth chart is, it's a big board.
It's a big ruler.
Yeah. It's like a big ruler, exactly.
Yeah, like a giant ruler. So it's kind of like a 2x4. I mean, just so in case when I talk to him and tell him to leave, if he comes at me, I can protect myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I just got to tell you, when we
I would
had
have grabbed a kitchen knife.
We had a bobcat eat one of our cats in the backyard, and he squared off with my wife. I didn't know what was going on. I just heard my wife screaming. Wow. So I ran out with a broom and a kitchen knife. So you grab what you have.
Exactly.
Whatever you have. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So I run out there. I just want to tell him to get the heck out of here. And he's leaving the car, and he's got in his hands like something he stole, like some car charger. Not a big deal, but his pockets are full of stuff. And I'm asking him, hey, what are you doing? And I'm going to keep the language clean for the radio here, but I'm really just kind of scared and upset. And he's like, oh, I wasn't doing anything. And he's standing there, and my wife comes walking out. And I said, hey, check the car, see what he took. And his pockets were full of stuff. And she shouts out to me, oh, my gosh, there's a huge TV in your back seat now, or her back seat.
Oh, my God.
The guy, this thing took up the whole back seat.
Wait, what was he going to do? Like, what, he put the TV in the back seat and himself in the back seat? What, was he going to hope your wife was going to drive him somewhere?
I don't know. It's like the guy was. It's just, who knows what his plans were. I didn't get a chance.
Did
to
he
have a great conversation
sleep
with him.
overnight in there with the TV? Maybe.
It's really hard to say. We usually keep things locked up and tidy. I'm not sure the details or what his intentions were, but that's the thing. I don't know. The guy was clearly drugged out. And, this TV took up the entire back seat, and it was, like, brand new. Not in a box, but, like, just taken off someone's wall. Like, no condensation, no dust. Like, this wasn't on the street overnight. This just came from somebody's house and then straight into our car. So I called 911, and they were, super helpful and comforting over the phone. They took my information. And then here's the thing is he starts running.
Yeah.
And here's the part in the story where, if I tell people, like, the story so far, they say, why did you go after him? Why not just let him go? But the thing is, in a split second there, I'm assessing this guy just robbed one of my neighbors.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And he was in your car with your wife.
Car.
What if he, slit her throat or did something crazy? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you could tell this guy was on drugs.
Yeah.
He looked like Christian Bale from Rescue Dawn. I don't know if you guys seen between the two Batman movies. Christian Bale made this movie where he's just like really like scraggly. He's a prison war
lean,
like war camp, like super lean, like crazy.
Yeah.
I actually right before I called 911, I took a quick picture just to kind of protect myself, and I should send you the picture of this guy. It looks like Christian Bale from Rescue Dawn.
Wow.
Anyways, back to the story. He takes off running, and this guy clearly just, robbed. He was in my wife's car. Who knows if he was trying to steal it, what he was going to do to my wife. So I take off running after him, and I told him, what I didn't mention before is that I happen to be a marathon runner. I'm very
sweet.
I'm pretty much in shape.
You're going to outrun him.
Actually, well, yeah, and the Las Vegas marathon was coming up that following Sunday, which I just did.
Oh.
And so I was in good shape to run, and I started pleading with him, hey, man, you got to stop running. I'm going to follow you anywhere. I'm a marathon runner. Anywhere you go and try to hide.
You're like, I just ran 18 miles yesterday, dude. I'm good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, so I take off, and we just go on this adventure together. He goes running south down Keokuk Avenue, making a right on Oso, and I have in my one hand, my right hand, the board, the growth chart. I've got.
Do you have your phone in the other hand? I hope you have a phone with you.
Yeah, I have my phone, and I'm giving a play-by-play to 911.
Oh,
like,
good.
hey guys, he's on the run, and I need you guys to just keep position on me. And I'm shouting out, okay, now we're going south on Oso. Okay, now we're making a right on Oso, or whatever. I'm shouting out the street names, trying to give my position just to keep them up on me. And I'm begging this guy, please stop, please stop.
Jed, hold on. We're going to have to conclude the story on the other side of this commercial
fantastic.
break. Do not
Oh, my
move.
gosh.
Do not go. Do not pass go. Do not turn right on Oso Parkway.
You got it.
Hang on, Dr. Jedly. 800-222-5222.
gosh.
Leanne Tweed and Dr. Drew. It's Midday Live, AM 790 KBC.
From Woodland Hills to Chino Hills. Get it. Get it. Right. AM 790 KBC.
To the mayor's house. There he is! Right across from the LA River. It's filled with shopping carts. The fumes drift down to the high school.
Yeah, LA River's gotten a lot worse since you made that.
Oh my god! And shopping
video as
carts
well.
are on like every corner, by every bus stop. I do 311 every day for shopping. My son's starting to like, mommy, there's another shopping cart. It's like when we used to do like VW bugs when I was a kid growing up. It's like, ooh, spot the pick a color, and you'd be like, ooh, I just saw a red one, and now my son's like, mommy, there's another shopping cart because he noticed me pointing him out to Chris. Isn't that sad?
Oh my god,
it's so sad.
So you're running down Oso Parkway, and you got 911 on the phone.
Play-by-play.
Here we are. And what
Marathon.
Yeah. Okay. So he's getting exhausted. He turns to me. And long story short, he becomes combative with me.
Oh, yeah.
And, like I said, I'm not a fighter. I'm not an aggressive guy, but thank goodness I had that growth chart with me. So I'm kind of warding him off with it. And he grabbed the phone out of my hand, like while I'm on the 911 call. And so, that was it. Like I couldn't have him running off with like my brand new Galaxy S10 Plus.
Oh no, with all of your stuff, your pictures.
What time of day is this? What time of day is this?
This is all before 7 a.m., maybe 6:45.
Are you on a major thoroughfare at that point?
Anybody watching you?
Yeah.
Any passerby?
That's a good point. There actually were a few random neighbors that kind of looked out to take a peek, and then they just kind of walked back in, didn't do anything about it.
They're like, not my problem.
Did you yell? Did you yell for help?
I was yelling for help for most of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yelling through the phone, asking people that would, kind of come out of the house like, hey, help, or at least keep an eye on this to witness, because I'm not.
So when he grabbed your phone, did he start running again?
Well, that's when I tackled him, and I just used just enough force to kind of, subdue him, just to push him down on the ground, restrain him, and that was a wrestling act. And it sucked is I ended up kind of pulling a muscle in my leg, and I had to run the Vegas Marathon with this like bum leg, but whatever. It was
good story.
It is what it is. And so the cops showed up. They talked to him, talked to me. It was pretty clear what was going on, and he'd left a trail of like stolen stuff from my car. So they said, don't touch anything. Go back to your house. We'll come back and interview you. My kids, unfortunately, my 7-year-old daughter saw me run off and then come back, and I didn't even know it till I came back. But like I had a bloody hand and like bloody knees from this.
Oh boy!
I was just in fight or flight. I didn't even realize, and so it kind of freaked her out. And things are okay. They're fine now. I mean, justice was brought to this guy. It turned out he had 4 warrants out. And this guy was just, where was he going to run to next? Was he going to run to my neighbor's home? Was he going to run to like someone else's car, someone else's wife's car?
Yeah, but do you even know? Is he still in jail? I bet he's out already.
I really don't know the answer to that. The DA, district attorney, sent my wife and I some forms that victims are supposed to fill out to see, what we want to do about it, report what our problems are. We just got those. So yeah, I really don't know the story. I don't know what what he's done, what he's going to do next. And I guess the point in all this is that the problem is really not just grown. It's now at our front door. And underpasses are living in our cars. They're breaking into our houses.
Yeah.
This is like becoming like the post-apocalypse where, I try to deal with stress through humor. I mean, you were just playing my little Canoga Park tourism video. And when I'm frustrated, I try to make laughs and jokes. I don't get aggressive.
Should be some great videos coming.
To be honest, since our last conversation, we were talking about the LA River and how they're actually they're living there now. They're actually decorating their encampments with Christmas decorations.
Oh, great!
Full on owning it. I'm making an LA River tourism video right now to kind of vent my frustration.
I can't wait.
You'll see it soon.
I cannot wait. Notify the Corolla Empire. It'll be prominently aired. But
I mean, I just hate the fact that this guy knows where he lives now.
Well, I was going to say, not only is it the homeless now that are, so it's the rats, it's the people,
disease,
and then it's the gangs, guys. The gangs are expanding their sort of stuff too. And so it's all now expanding into everybody's lives.
I heard somebody was shot, down by Skid Row this morning. They didn't say anything, but it was early morning, like in the 5 o'clock hour. Somebody was walking down there and somebody shot him out of a car. And I'm like, boy, that just doesn't, that sounds bad.
Yeah. And, my wife works over at the LA Zoo, and she was there just around the corner when that homeless guy, or I guess drug addict, was passed out, and he was eaten by the coyotes and the
Griffith Park last week.
Yeah. You were the first one to confirm that's what happened. The officials have not gone on the record with it. I knew it was a wild animal immediately. It's a homeless person eaten by a wild animal. That is the world we are living in here in Los Angeles. Think about that. Freaking saber-toothed tiger tears somebody apart. And that's like, just Los Angeles. What's the deal?
Another day in Los Angeles.
Oh, Jed, that's got to be part.
Being eaten by wild animals.
Got to be part of the lyrics in your LA River video, please.
All right.
Please.
Write this down. Saber-toothed tiger. Okay, got it. Find something that rhymes with saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, God.
All right, I'll work on that.
I mean, you don't want to laugh, but what else can you do to just find some sort of comic relief in it? Because it's horrible.
I knew that was a homeless person. They're like, well, we're checking into the wrongdoing. It might have been a murder. Somebody dismembered.
Well, they did find a homeless encampment right close to him.
Eaten by a coyote or a mountain lion. Course.
Yeah.
How could it not be? How could it not be?
Boy.
Oh, my God. So, all right, well, good.
It's come to this.
Wait till the medieval diseases really kick in and start spreading. That's going to be the next piece of this. Plague, baby.
Well, and then there in my wife's car, she takes the kids to school in that car. What's in the car now?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, it's all over him. Yeah, gross.
Yeah. Who knows?
And, I mean, the police confirmed that he was a drug addict and he had needles. So they were kind enough to go through the car, look for needles. The last thing I need is my 4-year-old boy picking up some like heroin needle. Sitting on something, picking up hepatitis, plague. It's really scary what's happening, what's growing.
All right, Jed. Well, we will look forward to the LA River tourism video coming soon.
I'm glad nothing happened to you.
I'm glad you're okay.
Got the bad guy.
Glad your family's okay. I'm always open to those guys. When I had my own stalker come after me and we got him, we sent him to long-term treatment. I was like, fine, I don't care. Good, send him to a year of treatment. That's fine. And he did well, and now he's in relapse and after me again. So now it's done.
Oh, boy.
Now it's over. That's it.
No more nice guy.
Now you go
away.
No
more nice
That's
Drew.
it.
Yeah.
So here we go. So be careful. If they're in treatment long enough, they can do quite well. But if they don't, then it's a criminal justice problem. Jed, thank you so much for joining us once again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Drew.
All right, man. Look for you soon.
Yeah, you too.
Instagram is Dr. Jedly. YouTube, Dr. Jedly, Jedly. Leanne Tweeden, Dr. Drew. It's Midday Live, AM 790 KBC.